The community of Bearskin Lake is having a COVID-19 crisis. Here's the latest with Minister Hajdu.
Hi, James. How are you?
Very good. And yourself?
Good.
Little crazy over Christmas up in Bearskin Lake, though.
Well, Bearskin has a real challenge, that's for sure. They've got an actively spreading situation with COVID, and I spoke with the chief yesterday. Obviously, lots going on, and, this is the reality of Omicron, is that it can easily overwhelm communities, not necessarily with severely sick people, but with enough sick people that it puts some of the sort of essential services at risk, and that's, I think, the reality that Bearskin's struggling with right now.
Now, the federal government has come forward with some funding to help in the community.
Well, absolutely. The most recent round of funding is just about $500,000 for a variety of different services that the community has identified as a priority. This request has been went in on, I think, the 30th, is it, Andrew, or 31st of December, and it's been approved. And so this is for all kinds of things related to food security and supplies, different kinds of supports that they might need from public health, and additional people that have been on the ground actually since December 30th to help with the spread. So things like nurses and pandemic coordinators and those kinds of folks are actually in the community already. But the additional money is really to help them with some of the essential supplies and services that they're needing as a result of so many people infected at the same time.
It's actually, over the last few days, watching some of the local communities in the north stepping up to help as well. It's just been inspiring.
It is inspiring to see people pull together like that. Obviously, all levels of government have a role to play, but we know, and we've seen this across the country with this pandemic. People coming together like that with supplies, with physical supports. One of the things that the chief spoke to me about was the concern around fuel and firewood, and not just acquiring firewood, but preparing firewood. And so to have volunteers like that helping out, it's just a real, I think it's been a feature of the Canadian response to COVID to see so many people support each other when communities are really hard hit like this.
And I mean, today in Thunder Bay, we're finally under that extreme cold warning that the north isn't getting, but it's still, temperatures of minus 30 are pretty normal in communities like Bearskin Lake.
Well, absolutely, and that's why it's so critical that the community have the supports, not just from Indigenous Services Canada, but also from each other and from community members, like we're seeing, with folks flying up. The chief, as you know, has been very open to receiving that help. Like I said, I spoke to him yesterday. He feels really encouraged and supported by the federal government, by the kinds of volunteers that he's seeing. I spoke with Deputy Grand Chief Fox today as well from Bearskin Nation, and reminded him that we'll continue to be there for the communities that he represents with the kinds of supports that we can provide, in particular, obviously financial supports, but certainly some human resources as well.
To keep up to date, you have to subscribe. You have to hit that like button and hit the notification to stay in touch.